Crisis, and I'm getting ready to give you my setup for the Dazzel. So if you have one or you're the lucky winner of my Dazzel, this video will actually help you put it together and get started, and there's also going to be a video editing portion to help you get started with the settings that you will need for the YouTube portion. Now, getting started, this is the Dazzel. It has a really long cord that reaches to your computer via USB. On the other end, you have the sockets for your composite cables, so you've got the yellow, red, and white, and then of course as video. So this can be used for other things like cameras, DVD players, TVs, VCR, DVDs, so forth, so on. As long as they got these connections, you can plug this sucker in and you can use it with the Dazzel software that comes with it. Now, for using it on your PS3 or your Xbox 360, you are going to need these right here. Male to female connectors. You'll need 3 of them, which will come if you win my Dazzel. These actually come free with them. But if you're getting one, they're like $4 a piece at Radio Shack, and you want to get them in the gold tip. Specifically because the silver ones or regular ones don't transfer the data as quite as good. These ones will actually give you better picture than the regular ones will. So make sure you grab the gold tip. And you'll also need AV jacks that are 2-sided, so you have 2 ends. Again, preferably the gold tip, but I mean, if you get the silver ones, that's fine. These won't actually come with the Dazzel that I'm giving away, so you will have to get your own cables. And they're pretty cheap. Get them off of eBay for like $2-3. You can go to Radio Shack and get them. And of course, you're going to need your standard AV jack for the PlayStation. They're also called composites cables, so whichever one you go with, doesn't matter. They're the same thing. As long as it has the piece to go on the PlayStation, and of course, the video and the 2 audio connections. So to get this started, we're going to take the Dazzel, and we're going to split the connection. Now, it doesn't matter which way you do this. You can either put these themselves into the Dazzel, or you can split it off your TV or your hub connector. Now, I have a hub connector, which allows me to connect all my systems into this one little thing and then plug it into the TV. And it has an extra sound thing in the back too, so I can hook like my subwoofer to it and everything else. So I have all kinds of things back here. You can do internet connection, S-video, of course your component cables, which is blue, red, and green, and then it comes with the 2 audio cables like normal. And I'll actually turn this around so you can see it. So this is the back of my connection, and I can hook up 4 different things to this little thing. I got it from GameStop. It's only $20. They probably have better ones, because I got this one back in like '06 or whatever, and it's just worked pretty well for me. And all you do is hit the little buttons and it switches. So usually when I hook up my 3, I plug it in here because it's just easy access for me. So again, I can plug this into here, or I can put it into the good old Dazzel. The quality won't change regardless of which way you do it, so I'm going to actually just plug these into here. Alright, so getting started, I'm going to plug these things into each one, and of course whatever connection you plug this into, back your TV, whatever, it doesn't matter as long as they're in the AV jack settings. Then I'm going to take the cords and I'm going to plug it in. So make sure you remember which holes you put these in, because these don't matter which ones or whatever. So just so I have a reminder, I'm going to go ahead and plug them in. Alright, starting with the red, white. Red and white is for audio, yellow is always for video. Alright, so now I got that in. The other end of this is going to go into the Dazzel. So yellow, white, and red. Now they're in there. I'm going to find the PlayStation cords, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. Go in here, and I'm going to find the other end of the yellow, which is here. Plug that in. White is this one here. My red is this one. Now, I know it's a lot of cords, but unfortunately the Dazzel does not give you the option of splitting this connection off. And then this goes into the back of the PlayStation, of course. Here you plug this little sucker into your UBS connection in either your laptop, desktop, whatever you're going to use. And for the next portion of this video, I will actually continue from the sound editing. From the video editing portion. Alright, so getting started with the video editing. I do apologize, it didn't allow me to show the actual importing sequence, but I'll tell you now that when you're getting ready to import in your stuff, you'll click on the number 1 tab up there, and it'll bring up a dialog box, and then all you have to do is make sure that the settings are set to AVI, and on the left side it'll give you all your options of where you can import stuff. And obviously if you're going to import from the Dazzel, it'll say Dazzel. Alright, so getting started, after you've imported your videos, it'll bring you to the screen, which is the second tab, they edit, and you'll always see whatever you brought in here. If you brought in any footage from the past, you can click this little down arrow and click on your different folders, and it'll bring up everything that you basically imported before. So when you're actually in the capture mode, make sure you set your folders and stuff, so the different things you bring in or whatever, you can keep it separated and have it ready for you. Now I'm going through the different transitions and stuff that they have up there. This first part is actually the transitions. The next one, I believe, what's this? I think these are openings. It says it on there, but I don't actually have full screen on the actual video, so I can't tell you what it is. This is text, different styles that they have preloaded up for you. You can take snapshots of your stuff, so these are photos that I've taken from a video I recorded of my son during his first Christmas. And these are actually menus that they've preloaded for you that you can set up, and then you have the actual music section, so it automatically loads up your music folder and you can go through there and pull it in. Now the actual editing area at the bottom gives you area for the video, the sound, voice, and of course music. So all you gotta do is pull down your song, give it a second, it'll load it up in there. Now I actually put it in a place where you'd put your voiceovers, but you can drag it down to the music, simple as that. Or if you don't have sound under the video, you can actually put it up there. Also, if you're editing your stuff, you'll see to the right that you can actually lock each track, and that's what these different places are called. You have audio and video tracks, so you can lock them so that, you know, if you accidentally paste something in there or whatever, it doesn't mess with anything that you already have ready. So you can specifically just work on one track. So after you've gotten the movie where you want it, you can hit this play button to preview it, and it's very close to real time, so you won't have to worry about not actually seeing what's not happening and stuff. Everything pretty much plays right. Then you'll click on the Make Movie tab, and you want to set the settings to MPEG 2 and then the 720 HD preset, so that way it keeps everything. It's a very compact file that goes up there, and when YouTube optimizes it for its online experience, you don't lose a lot of the stuff that you put into it and the quality of the video. Obviously my music track was way too long, so what I did was move the timeline at the end of the video, and I hit the slice tool, then right clicked it and hit clear, or you can hit delete on what you don't want. So good rule of thumb, you bring in clips and you don't want pieces or whatever, just use that to take pieces out. After that, I went back to the Make Movie, and the settings are already set, so I just hit the I guess it's export. Can't really see it in this window, but it's that left button under the settings. There's other settings here, so even if you're not just doing it for YouTube, you're going to make a movie or actually export it out for DVD or something, it's a bunch of different settings you can play in there. on the right where the mouse is now shows you how much room you have on your computer, and the very bottom one is the gray bar, actually tells you how big the file is, and you want to keep that as small as possible so it makes it an easier upload for YouTube. After that, it tells you since you're recording in standard and you're trying to do 720, it's going to tell you that it might come out a little weird or whatever, but it'll be fine. I wouldn't even worry about it. So it's exporting out. That's what it looks like. If you find this complicated, after you install the program, it gives you a tutorial to actually run through the editing process. And if you're on a PC, you can use Movie Maker, because anything that you bring in the Dazzel will work for Movie Maker. And if you're on a Mac, you can use iMovie or Final Cut if you were lucky enough to get that with your Mac. And of course, these files will work with it as well. Now, if you wanted to do special effects and stuff like I have for my opening, you will actually need Adobe After Effects, which is a pretty expensive program. I personally don't use Pinnacle software, which is what this is called that you're looking at. I use Adobe Premiere to do my videos and stuff. It just makes things a lot easier. So again, there's different options out there. Sony Vegas works well. And there's tutorials out there for these different programs and stuff too, so don't be scared about the video editing. Just make sure you take your time, plan it out, and all that good stuff before uploading it to YouTube. Anyways, thanks for watching, and make sure you check out my Facebook and my Twitter for my latest updates and new videos, and I'll see y'all next time.